Hello, 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 everybody. I don't know what is going on here. Hang on a sec, you guys. I don't know what is going on here. I don't know what's going on. I did it again, you guys. I messed up something. Oh my gosh. There we go. I don't know what the hell I did there. Okay. Okay, so are we live? Can you guys hear me and everything? Put one in the chat. Are we live over on YouTube? Let me just go and check. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? All right. So we're going to go over some of these new documents, you guys. Now, I spent another, I don't know how many hours going through these documents, so that is why I have set a goal. You can see the goal at the top of your chat. And if we can reach our goal, then I will do a part 3, because I spent most of the weekend in between my power going out and everything else trying to get through some of these documents. I've got probably about 150 more to get through. Let me just refresh the screen here. So if we can reach that goal, then I will do a part 3 and go over the rest of the documents. Now we are waiting for the courts to still release some of those sealed documents. So as soon as they start coming out, it's going to get really interesting. But I found quite a bit in, take my halls out of my mouth. I'm starting with a cold again, you guys. It's horrible. The documents have been filed on the site regarding, let me just share this with you guys. We're going to start here because I found this like really bad. Okay. Why is it doing this now? Oh my God. Why is it doing this? I don't want this. I want the full screen. I don't know what I did. I don't know why it's not going bigger for you guys. It's only taking up part of the screen and I want full screen. I don't know what I did. Okay. Maybe it's here. Whoops. Now what did I do? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now I am full screen. Oh my God, you guys. There we go. Customize see views. Size maybe? I don't know. I don't know what the hell I just did. Anyway, you guys can see the document. It's up on screen. So what I found was interesting, you guys, was see this? This is the fines and everything for what he did. So this here is for the burglary charge. There's court costs of $245 and a fine of $50,000 for this felony burglary. Okay, which for a felony burglary, I can get on board with $50,000 fine, right? And what this ensures, you guys, is if he gets any money into his canteen or say he does a book deal or whatever and he makes money, this has to be paid. Okay. But what pisses me off is the next one we see is the murder. The first one, it's only $50,000 too. A $50,000 fine for each of the murders. Like, as far as I'm concerned, this should have been a hell of a lot more of a fine than the burglary. See the burglary here? A $50,000 fine. And it's almost like, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this, you guys, or too sensitive or something. But to me, it's like, well, you know what? This charge here, it's just as bad as this. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like they're putting them at the same level. A burglary and losing a life. You know what I mean? Like, is it just me, you guys? Am I, like, being overly sensitive to this? Or what? Because I feel like in the plea bargain, the prosecution said that they may be asking for fines for funeral costs and everything else on top of anything that the judge sets, right? Well, this is what the judge set, and I didn't see the prosecution asking for anything else. So the total amount that he owes is here. So that's 50,000 for each of the murders and 50,000 for the burglary, plus this 245 court cost for each charge too. So like, to me, it's like the families are only getting 50,000 that he has to pay. Like, he could make millions on a book or on a documentary about him and all this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just really, I don't know. To me, I don't like it. Anyway, okay. So let's share this one. And we're going to start going over the documents. Well, now it seems to be full screen here. Okay, so you guys can hear good. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 documents to go over. And there's some in here that I'm really wondering, you guys, if you're going to see once I read the police reports and the interview of certain people. I wonder if Bryan Kohberger didn't have like trail cameras or something set up where he was watching the 1122 King Road, right? Dawn says, I'm working, so I'll be quiet for most of the chat. Okay, so here is a narrative again. So this is John Rosinski, and he states, let me just take this off. On November 16th, I spoke with KN. Now, I'm not sure who KN is, at the substation on the University of Idaho campus. I asked Kay if she, I'm just going to say she because they've got her name blocked out, if she had any special relationships with any of the victims, and she said, they forgot the S here, she was really good friends with Xana and met Xana freshman year. She also said she was close friends with Kaylee Goncalves and met her freshman year during recruitment. She said she knew Kaylee the best. They asked her if Kaylee hung out or associated with anyone with violent tendencies. This witness said no and expressed she was confused about the incident because what she saw on the news. She said that Kaylee mainly stuck with her roommates, Xana, Bethany, Madison, Dylan Mortensen, Madison Mogan, and Bethany Funk and Xana. She said that Kaylee also hung out with the King girls, which were, and they listed the names. I asked if Kaylee was involved in using illegal substances, and she said just this here. Oops, I guess I gotta bring this back on and make a different color. She said this, right? I asked if she saw Kaylee doing this stuff here, and she said no, but she knew Xana was pretty into it. The detective asked if Ethan Chapin, Xana's boyfriend, was into this stuff here, and she said she did not know. She said she didn't know Ethan that well. The detective asked if this was being sold from the house or if the D's were more used for parties. She said they were used but not sold. The detective asked if there were large quantities of the D's at the house or if the house was known as a this house, and she said no. Okay, so that is squashing some of Willow. Usually there is, let me just get to this. There's usually a thumbnail of the live that pops up in subscribers' feeds. Can you post one of those? I think people are only finding the live through the link. Huh. Let me just make sure that it's... Hang on, let me go to my studio and make sure that it is... showing here. Oh, shit. Okay, there we go. That's the problem. Okay. All right. It was still unlisted. That's why. Okay, let me fix that. Okay. Okay, it is now public. So we should be getting quite a few more coming in. Sorry about that, you guys. Thank you, Kate, for bringing that to my attention. There's Rose. So sorry, you guys all coming in. We did just start, so if you want to rewind a bit and fast forward, so far all I went over was the beginning of this. We just started. For some reason, it was still unlisted, so I'm glad you guys are all coming in now. And you guys can also notice that we have a goal set to try and get 10 super chats. And if we do, then I am going to go through the rest of like the 200 and some odd documents. I will probably spend the next day or so going over everything. Yeah, I forgot to take it from unlisted, you guys, on my YouTube. It's one of those days. I think I'm starting with either pneumonia or something. This weather here has been crazy. So it wasn't being sent out. So thank you everybody for coming in. So instead of asking in the chat, you guys, for super chats or donations or whatever, I put a goal up top, and I'm hoping by the time we get this done, we've reached our goal, and that will give me incentive to spend another 10 to 12 hours that I've spent going through these documents. I'm going to show you guys what I've got to do to go through these documents. What's this? I don't know what this is. Okay, so while we're waiting for everybody to come in, I'm going to show you. I've got the whole screen. Whoops. Let me get that off there. I can't get to it there. Hang on a sec, you guys. Oh. Okay, hang on. Something is not right here. Let me just get this figured out. Okay, that's... Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay, hang on. Let me get the document thing up. And I'll show you what I've been going through. Okay, let me get back over here to make sure you guys can see this. Let me refresh. Okay, you guys can't see that, eh? Oh, there you go. Okay, so now you can see it here. Let me make it bigger. Then I will get back to the documents. See all of these documents, you guys? I've got to go through each and every one of these documents and read each and every one. Like, some of them are just like Stuff like this, which I do have this one up, so we're not going to look at that one, but let me just see here. Like stuff like this, I received a tip, they've got to mark it in, but you've got to go through each document to be able to see if there is any information in there, right? It is long and it is tedious and it ends up giving me a headache. And there's file after file after file after file like this with documents, all kinds of documents like that in it. So it's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of documents I've got to go through. Okay. So this is where we are. I slowed it down a bit, you guys, and showed you a few other things just so those who are just joining can catch up. So this is somebody being interviewed that we just went over, and the detective was asking about Kaylee, because she said that she knew Kaylee the best. She said the situation that happened, she was really confused about it. And they asked her about the DRUGS, right? And these are her replies. And she was saying that Xana was pretty into it. She didn't know if Ethan was. So the detective then asked if Kaylee ever mentioned about having a stalker or having concerns about anyone. And this girl said, no, not to her, right? If there was, let's see, also, okay, they're talking about, she goes into talking about the grub truck stream, Twitch stream, and she's saying that the hoodie guy and that bigger guy were suspicious. They were fraternity guys, and we've already gone through all that. She asked if any of the victims had any issues with anyone. She said Kaylee was unproblematic and peaceful. She said she can't imagine someone with violent tendencies around her. She felt the same way about Madison. She said, if anything, maybe Ethan and Xana. The detective asked if Ethan and Xana associated with violent people. She said this because she said that Xana and Ethan were more outgoing and hung out with different friend groups. So then the detective asked if Kaylee or Madison recently had a boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, and she said Kaylee dated a guy named Jack, we know Jack Decor, for a couple of years, and Kaylee and Jack were high school sweethearts. She said that Jack was a really nice person. She said that when she spoke to Kaylee a couple of days before the incident, and Kaylee said that once she graduated, she was looking for an apartment in Texas. She said that Kaylee had met a guy from Texas that is already living in Texas, and they were going to be roommates. He asked this lady if Kaylee and Jack were still together when Kaylee mentioned that to her, and she said no, that they were already broken up. So at this point, of the incident, we now know that Kaylee was telling everybody that her and Jack were broken up. She still loved him, you guys. They would have ended up back together. And she said that Jack mentioned that Kaylee attempted to call Jack around 3 a.m, asking if he was up. She said that she didn't think that Jack replied to Kaylee because he thought that it was some type of booty call, right? The sergeant asked how they knew that Kaylee attempted to reach out to Jack, and the lady said because Jack told them. She also said she thought they found out after people were asking Jack if he knew anything about what happened. They go on to ask if Madison had a boyfriend. Yes, she did. His name was Jake. They were cool. They were, he's a good guy. They've been dating for some time. That he's maybe 5'7" and balding. That he had brown hair and he was skinny. And he lived in Coeur d'Alene. We know now that he lived in Boise. This lady that they're interviewing said she was not aware of any issues between the roommates. I asked if Kaylee hung out with any other males. This lady said that Kaylee was talking to a guy named something, whoever MB is, who was a member of this. She said that they had a sexual relationship and would hook up here and there. We didn't know that. Did you guys ever hear of that? I never heard of that before. This lady described this guy to be over 6 feet, brunette, medium build, and said that he was serving as vice president to whoever this is. They blacked it right out. The detective asked if there was anyone else Kaylee spent time with, and she said no, unless Kaylee met someone at the bar that night. She did not know if Kaylee met anyone in particular, but heard a male got kicked out for being creepy towards Madison. Now, we went over that before, that there was some guy that kept grabbing at their butts and everything. And the guy was just like a drunk, right? And he ended up getting kicked out, right? What's going on? Is anyone's super chat button missing? Uh-oh. Is the super chat button not there? Never mind, I'll find it. Okay. I have a $sign. Yes. Yeah, it does like to mess with people a lot. So as you guys all coming in, please hit that like button. We've got 26 people in here, only 13, 27 people, only 13 likes. Please hit that like button. It is free to do. And if you can, please, we've got a target at the top there. I'm looking to get at least 10 super chats. Like I said, I spent hours going through all these last 160 documents. It was like 8 to 12 hours, you guys, of reading through all these documents, so I've got you the best information. It takes a lot of my time. So if we can reach our goal today, then I will continue with the documents. If not, I'm going to have to pull back from doing them, because it takes a lot of my time. Okay? Now, I know a lot of yous, can't financially do it. That's okay. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe. That helps also. But yeah, it's a lot of work to get these things going. Okay. So then they're talking about, she's reiterating what happened the day of, and then going into the night that they were over at the Whites and this and that. We know the picture was taken. We'd already gone over that information, and that is the end of that one. So let's go to this one. So this is a detective interviewing Dylan. And a lot of this, you guys, we already knew. So we are going to go down to here. Dylan was asked if any of her roommates shared any weird experiences in the last couple of weeks or calls or texts. Dylan said no. It's been all normal. Nothing weird at all. Nothing weird really happens in Moscow usually. When asked if there were any altercations at I think this is the Whites party, Dylan said no, everything was normal. Dylan mentioned again that she was with, D. So this is somebody else, this D here. Because mentioned again, she was with Dylan and Xana at the party. Dylan was asked this D was asked if anyone was having sexual relations with anyone they shouldn't be. She said no. She brought up an incident in which occurred about a month prior. Now, this person isn't the only one. It only comes up with memberships, no super chats. Mine is showing super chats. Okay, let me get rid of this goal thing, because that could be the problem. Okay, check again, you guys, and see if it is there now. You may have to refresh your page. Just click that little arrow at the top of your page beside the little house and just refresh. Can somebody click on it to see now if it is there since I took the goal off? Yours is there, K Mitch. There we go. There's Get. Thank you. Thank you so much, Get. I appreciate your donation. Like I said, it's going to help me to sit here again and spend another 8 hours going through a few hundred more documents. So it gives me the incentive. It's like, a lot of people don't think there's a lot to do doing these things, but it is, and it's very time consuming, especially going through documents like this. And I think that my time is worth something, right? I can show you guys what I make in ad revenue. If like my last video was an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and I made 96 cents in ad revenue. So it's not a lot, you guys. And it's a lot of my time. I don't know anybody who would work for 12 hours for 96 cents. You know what I mean? So I don't mean to come off like, you know, a certain way. I know a lot of people don't like it when you ask, but I feel like my time's valuable. So that's why I'm asking. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Dawn, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, so this D, this is a different D, I guess, because they're talking about D here and D here. Anyway, brought up an incident which occurred about a month prior. D said she and, okay, so this is Bethany and Dylan, remembered Kaylee saw a shadow while she was taking Murphy at the side. Dylan said Kaylee also mentioned when she was at a certain address, I think this is the Whites, 2 or 3 weeks prior, an individual was following her. Dylan also said she arrived home one time. The door to the residence at 1122 King Road was found open. Dylan said she did not believe the slider door was locked the night of 11/12. So this here, up here, you guys, I'm wondering, is it possible that Bryan Kohberger put up like a trail cam or some kind of a recording device? Because you can get them so small now that nobody would see it, right? Unless you were looking for it. Because to me, and you guys can agree or disagree with me in the chat, it is totally fine. So mods, please let them disagree if they want to disagree with me. But I find Bryan Kohberger, when he went in that house, he knew exactly where he was going. He went through the kitchen. Now, if you come in that sliding door and you just walk straight through the kitchen, you're not looking behind you. You're looking in front of you. You would see the living room. You would see the stairs going down to the first floor. You would see a hallway going to Ethan and Xana's room. You know what I mean? You would have to turn around to see that stairway because it would be behind you. He knew exactly where he was going because he went in the slider through the kitchen. He hung a right again to go straight up them stairs. He knew exactly where he was going. So I feel he had been in that house before. Could he have been in that house when no one was there? Because when I'm reading this, brought up an incident which occurred about a month prior. Dylan said she and Bethany remembered Kaylee saw a shadow while she was taking Murphy at the side. Could he have a trail cam in the trees back there and them not even notice it? He could see people coming and going. He could see into Kaylee and Madison's bedrooms through that. He could have been in them bushes because we have other people making statements that several times when they were outside with Murphy would take off and go up into the bushes. Was he in the bushes stalking them? Because we know he was around there for 23 times. Was he in there taking an SD card out of a trail cam and putting a new one in? And did he have his sights already set on somebody else? We're going to look into that. Because there was also a report about it, right across the street from 1122 King Road. There was a female that lived there by herself, and she was a college student. And there was somebody trying to get into her house, but she had put a deadbolt on her door. And this was, I think, the night before this happened, or that night, earlier that night. I'm trying to find it in the documents. So I feel like it's further in on the documents where she explains it all. I will find it when I sit down, but it's going to take some time, you guys. It takes me 8 to 12 hours to go through these documents, and then highlight and pick out the ones that I need and everything else. So I do know that it's in the documents. I just got to find it. Okay. So to me, with him putting up the security cameras in, remember the girl that he worked with and shared an office with in Washington, and somebody had broke into her house and she felt like she was being watched, and he had the codes and everything for her cameras. Did that spark it? Like, I can put cameras and watch people without even having to be near the house anymore. Okay. So she didn't believe the slider was locked that night of the 11/12. She said she heard Murphy barking a lot around 4 in the morning on 11/13 when Kaylee went upstairs. She said she heard Murphy go outside barking as well. She was unsure if Murphy would chase a suspect outside. She did not remember if the suspect who ran left the slider open. Hello, everybody coming in. Hello, Heather. Hello, Nana. Hello, Kay Mitch, Kate. Everybody, Dawn, Unspoken Stillness. Hello, everybody coming in. So then she goes into in the morning when she called Emily and Hunter to the house, right? Hunter said he entered the code to the front door where Bethany and Dylan were in Bethany's room on the first floor. Dylan and Bethany were telling Hunter they did not know what was going on. So this is kind of confusing to me because in other statements, I think it was Emily that had said that when they were called to go over, they thought it was just another, they were being overly dramatic because they were scaredy cats. And when they got there, that they were outside crying and like hysterical. But this here, it's saying Hunter said he entered the code to the front door where Bethany and Dylan were in Bethany's room on the first floor. Dylan and Bethany were telling Hunter they did not know what was going on. So which is it? Like, there's a lot of different stories here, right? Hunter said that when he went up the stairs and immediately went to Xana's room, Hunter said that was the only room he went into. Hunter said when he approached the door, it was partially open. Hunter said when he opened it, he saw Xana and Ethan. Hunter said initially he did not realize all the blood was dried blood in the room. Hunter said he thought at first they had been drunk and left a mess. Hunter said when he stood there for a minute, he began to realize what he was seeing. Hunter said Bethany and Dylan were uncontrollably crying. Hunter said he told them to get out of the house and call law enforcement. And this is where he said he went to the kitchen, grabbed the knife, because he didn't know if anybody else was in the house. And he said that rigor mortis, they were cold to the touch. He checked for their pulse and everything else, right? He believed that they had been deceased for a while. Okay, so this is just more interviews. I think we went over a lot of this in previous. Was there anything in here? Hang on. They're talking about the sororities and that. If you do want to read it, you can pause it. I will scroll through the rest of the document. So on the replay, you guys can go back and scroll through. Okay. I think it was here. Okay. Here it is here. Whoever this Jay is this Julie, Jasmine, something? Said she knew Kaylee and saw a dark figure staring at her from the tree line when she took the dog Murphy out to pee. Jay said this occurred about a month ago at 1122 King Road. Jay said there has been light-hearted talk and jokes made about a stalker in the past. Jay said all the girls were slightly nervous about it being a fact, though. Jay did not indicate any social media issues or issues between the girls who lived together. Jay said there was no issue with the girls from the other sorority and the residents at 112 King Road. Jay said the front door had issues with locking and sometimes it could be opened without a code. Jay said she did not know the code to the front door. Jay said she was unsure if the residents kept the sliding back door locked. So, okay, this was at another. I'm looking for, because we went through a lot of this already. Dylan said Hunter and Emily came into the room where she and Jay were. Dylan said, or this is L, maybe this is an L, said Dylan had called Emily around 10 o'clock and sounded scared. L said Dylan told Emily someone had been in her house last night. Yeah, this is an L. L said Dylan and Bethany ran downstairs and locked themselves in a room. See, here's more. Dylan said Dylan and Bethany ran downstairs. No, it was only Dylan that ran down the stairs and locked themselves in a room. Dylan said, Elle said Dylan informed them she did this because of her seeing someone in the house, and Dylan could only see his nose and his chin. See, that's wrong. So somebody's making something up here. Elle said Dylan was freaking out and wanted them to come over to 112 King Road. So Elle said he. So I don't know who this D is. It's a he. Said he walked with Emily and Jack. I thought it was Hunter. To 112 King Road from Jack's apartment on Taylor Avenue. Elle said Dylan and Bethany walked out of the house crying. Elle said Hunter arrived to the residence first because he left before them. Elle said he went into the downstairs door and Hunter told him not to come up the stairs. Elle said he did not know Ethan very well. Elle said he did not recall any talk between Ethan and Jack about boy issues. Elle said he did not see anything on social media. Elle recalled an incident from about a month ago where Dylan said there was a guy stalking her. Said he did not hear anything from the night prior. That's interesting. Okay, so here's another one. Okay, so this is Detective Brett Payne. You can see it right up here. So this is January 18th, 2023. I spoke to K, A, E, and A. Reference a suspicious occurrence she and Emily remembered at 1122 King Road. I called Kay and asked her about what she remembered. Kay told me she came to Moscow to celebrate Emily's birthday on, and they give the date, 2022. Kaylee Goncalves had planned a party for Emily at her 1122 King Road that evening. Kay stated several people, to include Goncalves and Emily, were on the back patio during the party. Goncalves' dog Murphy was also present. Kay stated Murphy ran up into the bushes behind the house on several occasions and would not return when called. Kay stated they called Murphy numerous times before he would come back. Kay told me the group eventually went inside and shut the door. This was the only occurrence Kay was present for, but told me Emily remembered more similar occasions. So there was more than once that they felt there was somebody in that those bushes in the back. Now, was he in them bushes putting up, like I said, those trail cams? I don't know. Um, but I have some ideas because the batteries in the trail cams only last for so many hours. I think 48 hours or something like that. And you'd have to change out the battery and replace the card, depending on how big of a card you put in there. So, I mean, this is just me thinking out loud, you guys, because there's a couple more things that are coming up that have got me going, okay, we'll get to it. I called Emily on January 19, 2023, reference these occurrences. Emily also related the occasion on her birthday and added it was unlike Murphy to not immediately return home when called, which is the reason she and Kaylee were concerned about someone being behind the house when Murphy would behave in this manner. Emily told me about another occasion on 10/29, right? Which is October, just 15 days before the murders, during which she was at 1122 King Road for a Halloween party. Emily told me Mogan, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan were all present at the party. During the party, Emily stated the group gathered on the back patio once again, and Murphy began to run into the wood line behind the house and not come back. Emily told me they heard noises too. She was describing these noises as similar to what it would sound like if someone was moving through the woods on foot. This occasion took place at midday, and they did not see anyone behind the house. However, Murphy's behavior and the noises caused them to go inside and close the door. The last occasion Emily remembered took place approximately 2 weeks prior to the homicides. Emily was unsure of the exact date, I guess. Emily stated Murphy displayed similar behavior of running into the woods and not coming back when called. Emily also recalled an occurrence during the same time frame, exact date unknown, wherein she and Kaylee returned to 1122 King Road and found the rear sliding door standing open and Murphy was missing. Emily stated they had to go out and look for Murphy after they found the door open. I asked Emily if it was common for people who didn't live at 1122 King Road to walk in when no one was home. Emily stated it was not uncommon and added members of whatever and several friends of the females who lived there would come and go at will. I thanked Emily for her time and concluded our interview after advising her to call me if she remembered anything new. So they came home and that back door was open. Did he see them or hear them coming back, so he just took off back out the back door? I believe he had been in that house before, you guys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments right now. Do you think that he had been in there, and do you think it's possible he had a camera? I am very sus about a camera being out back in the trees, like a trail cam, or even in that house. You can get such tiny ones that you could put like in the eye of a stuffed animal. They're so tiny, right? What do you guys think of that idea? That he had been in that house to come in that back door and go straight, turn right again, and straight up them stairs. He knew exactly where he was going. And I think he may have even had cameras inside. And the back door being left open because he took off when he heard them come in, right? Did he take off and jump up on that, behind the parking area there and up into the woods there and take off? And the dog wouldn't be able to jump up that high. It's pretty high. He wouldn't be able to jump up there to follow him. Was he going there during the day when they were hearing these noises in the woods to try and grab his footage from his trail cam, replace the batteries? Who knows? I think that was the last of that one, yes. Okay, so here we go. This is why I think he had something else planned. I think that he thought he got away with this and he was going to go home for the holidays. He was coming back. And I think that he was going to try and pull another one. And the reason I say that is because of this. Now, this is Danny Vargas. Um, this is receipts from Walmart. A majority of the items purchased were food items. On 11/7, Kohberger purchased a beanie hat, but there was no description of the hat. Um, I spoke with an employee from Walmart, and he stated at the time he met with Detective Schweck. They were unable to locate the details of the exact beanie which Kohberger purchased, but we know he bought the balaclava before. Okay? On 12/1, so December 1st, Kohberger purchased utility clothes. This is December 1st, right? This is after the murders. So why would you think he would buy more utility clothes? To me, I think he was planning another one. I spoke with an employee from Walmart who told me this item was a 9-pack hand towels, which were 2 shades of gray. There was nothing else of interest listed on the above receipts. Okay, so his U.S. debit card. These are all the purchases. One receipt from Target was provided from a transaction which belonged to Bethany Funk. Last 4 digits of her card. On 11/10/2022 at 16:09. And we know on 11/10, Bryan Kohberger was in there around the same time. There's not much difference there. 16:09, and Bryan checked out at 17:42, right? Kohberger was at the Target on the same day as Funk, but completed his transaction at 17:42 hours. It's unknown if Funk and Kohberger were in Target at the same time. There was nothing of interest in these purchases that he made at Target on these different days. Okay, here we go. This is what I find interesting, you guys. Harbor Freight in Pullman, Washington. Bryan Kohberger purchased, after the murders, on November 20th, a 1,000-watt continuous inverter. If you guys don't know what that is, that's where you can hook like a small, it doesn't have to be very big. It could be like a foot by a foot solar panel to it, or a battery, which converts, it's a converter box, which you can then plug like a phone charger or a camera into, or anything that plugs into your normal wall outlet. That's what the inverter does. It takes the battery power and converts it into household power, so you can plug something in. And to charge this, you would need a battery. For 1,000-watt, you wouldn't need a very big battery and solar panel. Then on the 23rd, he purchased a 2,000, 4,000 power inverted and a 1-year ITC membership. Then on the same day, like half an hour later, he went back and purchased an inverter cable. Like, what does he need this for? This is like, these purchases, people who purchase stuff like this, it's usually like to put in their vans, like, the van life people, so they can have power in their vans, and they put their solar panels on top of their van, and that charges their batteries, which, hooks to this inverter, which then you can plug stuff into. Why would he need this? If for no other reason than to continuously want something powered off grid. What was he watching? What was he using this off grid power source for? Does he have cameras maybe set up? I mean, they'd be dead by now. Nana says it sounds like he was going to go off grid. He wouldn't be able to do much with this little setup. With a 1,000-watt continuous inverter, a 2,000, 4,000 watt, you would need some pretty big, like, truck batteries, like 3 of them at least. Truck batteries. I can't see Bryan Kohberger living off grid. I don't think he's the type. You know what I mean? He couldn't stand to be dirty. People even in the jail were complaining, like in the cell next to him, that he was constantly using the water and washing his hands. No, I don't think Bryan Kohberger is a off-grid kind of guy. But to me, if he was watching another house, right, and needed to plug in cameras because maybe he was tired of having to go back and back and back and back to check the cameras and get the cards, whatever, I don't know. But to me, this sounds like a smaller setup where I don't think he knew what he was doing with it. That he would have power somewhere for something. What could that be? Could that be cameras set up in the woods? Because you could put these what do you call them? Those grids there, solar panels. You can put them anywhere. You can put them into the top of a tree. You can put them, like, put the cord underground and have it 100 feet away from where you need the power, right? You could bury the cables. So very little is seen. Like, there's so much that you could do this. For a car, you wouldn't need an inverter. There's things that you can just plug into your car later that has a plug on it. And I don't know about his Hyundai. I think his was a 215. There might have been even plugs in that car, but I know that you can buy an adapter for like $20 that you can plug into a USB port or into a cigarette lighter or something like that in your car, where you can get power to plug in a normal plug. And they're cheap. Why would he go and purchase all of this? You know what I mean? Why would he spend this kind of money? If he just wanted it for his laptop in his car, he could buy a $20, and he wouldn't have to set up all this wiring and everything that is required for this. Okay, so that's the end of that one. What do you guys think? It could be that he was setting that up for power, to power a camera somewhere, because there's been a lot of reports of people being creeped out, of him watching them. Did he have hidden cameras in that house? Because he knew exactly where he was going. He had to have been in that house before, maybe and I assume it's when they weren't there. But it's interesting, for sure, Dan. I gotta make this bigger so I can see. Daliana. I love that name. There's the man himself. Hello, Jeff H. Good to see you again. Again, you guys, if you are liking the content, I would appreciate if you can afford any donations, would help bringing this stuff to you guys. It's a lot of work. And if you want me to continue doing this, I'm going to need some incentive, because this is like 8 to 12 hours of sitting here reading documents just to get a few good ones to go over is monotonous. Um, an ITC membership is just a membership for savings at Harbor Freight. Thank you, Jeff, for that. ITC Inside Track Club. Perfect. Perfect. So thank you for that, Jeff. Jeff's always got a lot of good insight. Okay, so this is Brett Payne. This one, there's a lot to go through, you guys. Okay, AL. I don't know who AL is. Does anybody in the chat know who AL is? And what I'm going to do when we read through this is bring up my maps, and hopefully I don't crash. I guess these, I'm going to get rid of that one, get rid of this one, get rid of this one, get rid of this one. Because it'll take up less room on my computer, because I am going to want to, what else can, hang on a sec, you guys. What else can I close out here? I can close out this. I'm going to close out as many things as I can because I want to bring up maps. And I don't want to crash on you guys. That's the last thing we need. Okay. So what I'm going to do, just bear with me for a second. I'm going to bring this over here and make it big. Okay, can you guys see this? I'm hopefully sharing the whole screen. My studio was a little... Adam L. Oh, yes. That could be Adam. Jeff says, I shop at Home Depot, but on occasion Harbor Freight. I've never heard of ITC before. Yes. Could be that Adam. Adam was... Oh, I'm going to write that down. Thank you, my darling. Adam L, maybe? Because remember in that video when they're walking towards the grudge trap after leaving the bar, Maddie says, or Kaylee says, Maddie, what did you say to Adam? I told Adam everything. Remember that? So maybe you're onto something maybe there. So thank you for that. Heather, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Sheba Dog saying good job while raising his thumbs up. Thank you so much, Heather. Thank you. I appreciate it, you guys. All the super chats do help, and it does. It helps me. Like, who's going to work? Like I said, my last video, I got 94 cents in ad revenue. Who's going to work for 8 to 12 hours and then another hour or so here presenting it to you guys for 94 cents an hour, right? It's just a lot of time, you guys, and it's a lot of work. So I so much appreciate each and every one of you for liking, for subscribing, and especially for the super chats, because they do help so much. You don't understand. Okay, so let me get back to this. I'm going to keep this up because I need the maps to show you what is going on here. So this could be, as Dahlia said there, Adam, but AL emailed a tip to the tip line on February 18, 2023 and stated He was on Johnson Road on November 13th, okay? And saw a white car parked alongside the road between 5 and 6 p.m. that day on the 13th. Remember, he went back out shopping later that day after he had left, after the murders. He took that long drive back home, got home. Hang on 2 seconds, you guys. I got somebody coming to the door. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Now where was I? There we go. I swear to God, I'm getting Alzheimer's or something. My memory is crap. Um, anyway, that he was driving, he turned off his cell phone, and then the cell phone come on near Genesee, blah, 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 blah. And I forget what I was saying now. Anyway, um, oh yeah. So after the murders, he goes back home. It looks like he comes back to Idaho, right? And goes past the or near the King Road residence again, goes back home, and that's when that thumbs up picture is taken because he feels nobody even knows yet, and it's been hours, right? Leah, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Um, so then after that, he takes off again later that afternoon. And remember, he goes all the way down in Washington across that river. And that's when they catch him on at that coffee shop and going into a store and stuff like that. So this is interesting. Um, and he said it was between 5 and 6 p.m., which on Bryan Kohberger's records, we see that he was down. Let's go to that. Okay. See? He was down. This is the Pullman Road they're talking about. He came and he left his place and he went down into this area here. What's this? Snake River, you guys. Snake River. And he was caught on video over here. At Albertson's caught him on camera. This Kate's Coffee and the U.S. Chef Store all caught him on camera. And this was 12:36 here. There was somewhere around 5 something too that he was back in this area. I didn't mark it. Damn it. 12:46. But he was caught back down in this area around 5 p.m. So he would have had to come down through this here. Now, they say, I don't know if he came down this far. I think he might have shot across here or somewhere here, right? Because this is where his cell phone comes back on. And these are the areas that I think need to be searched because I think he ditched everything because there's 20 minutes unaccounted for, you guys. Jeff, thank you. Thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate you to the moon and back. All you guys super chatting, thank you. Oh, you guys are melting my heart. It's like, okay, you appreciate it. So that makes me feel good. And it given me incentive to continue doing this, that you guys really want to see this. So his cell phone after the murders, okay, he comes down, we show it through here. He comes down here. His cell phone doesn't come on until here. It's like an 8-minute drive, but it took him 28 minutes to get from the back of the house here down to where his cell phone came back on. It should have taken 8 minutes to get there, and it took him 28 minutes to get here to where his cell phone turned back on. So I believe that 20 minutes was spent getting rid of something. I think he was getting rid of evidence, you guys. I think he was getting rid of evidence. And I showed the places along this 95 that need to be searched, because I do think that he took those 20 minutes to get rid of the clothes and the knife. He buried them somewhere here. And it's like, I'm almost like, there's some areas here that are very remote where he could pull off on the side of the road. And we've gone and I've showed you this before, where, look at, there's nothing around, you guys. And if somebody was to throw a knife or even clothes down in here, you would never see it. It's a ditch, right? And I do verily believe that he ditched that stuff before he turned his phone back on. Okay? But if we read these documents and look at everything I've got on here, you guys, we're going to try and find I don't know what just happened there. Oh, I'm switched around. Oh, scared myself there for a minute. My map turned upside down. And I was like, oh my God, where did all my stuff go? Okay, see, I'm not very good at this, you guys. Okay, so let's get back to the document. It should have still been up, but it's not. Okay. So he said that he's seen a white car parked alongside the road between 5 and 6 p.m. that day. I called L on March 8th and spoke to him over the phone. L told me that he had gone to his sister's house in something, Washington on November 13th and was on his way home later that evening. L told me he noticed a white Ford model car parked on the side of the road under a tree as he went by. L told me he believed the time was approximately 5:30 p.m. L stated he did not pay close enough attention to see anyone in or near the car, but thought it was odd. Upon release of the probable cause affidavit for Kohberger's arrest, L thought it may have been Kohberger's vehicle as it was on Kohberger's path of travel the evening of the 13th. Thank you again, Jeff. Charlotte, coming through. Woo, woo. Everybody getting on the super chat train. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. You guys don't know how much it means to me that you guys are appreciating and showing appreciation for what I do and giving me the incentive to keep going, right? So thank you, Charlotte, so much. So, again, can I just move this and bring this so we can just bebop? Okay. So they're saying on his way of travel, okay? So this was his way of travel. They said, I think he might have cut across if he knew where he was going. First cough, you guys. Willow, knock it off. No coughing today. I would think if there was another road coming across, that why would he go all the way down here just to come all the way back up? Unless he didn't really know the area. But by the looks of it, he's traveled this before because he goes down here to this Costco and everything, right? So he must have known that this was here. Has he gone there before? And another thing, you guys, I'm going to say, for all those naysayers, 23 times Bryan Kohberger was in and around 1122 King Road. Other than the very next morning going back to see, like Did he want to go back and see all the cops there and the ambulances and knowing they were beyond help and, getting one last look at his work? And then nobody's there. No cops, no nothing. So nobody knows, right? But you know what's interesting for all the naysayers? Why all of a sudden did Bryan Kohberger stop going to Moscow after the murders? He never went back to Moscow ever again. Ever. This is what I wanted to look at. You guys know I'm in Canada, so I wanted to see this. Where is... Okay, he was caught here. I wonder, you guys, if he ever went into Idaho ever again. Idaho, period. Like, because he could have traveled, like, when he was leaving, we know he was in Colorado. Like, why are you in Colorado? Like, you, buddy, should have been going straight across here, right? Straight across here. But you came down, and you were caught on Colorado cameras and Kentucky, or what is this? Ohio? What's this? Indiana. See, I've got to look, like, I know Cincinnati, Ohio. Like, if I just had to look at the states without the state being on there, and I seen Cincinnati, I know Cincinnati's in Ohio. So I'm getting better, you guys. I'm getting better. Why the hell are you all the way down here in Colorado? Right? Why wouldn't you have gone straight like this? Boom. Or straight like this, across here to Pennsylvania. Why are you down here? I think he totally did not want to go to Idaho at all. Sorry, you guys. I think he went straight down here through Oregon, down here, and crossed over like this. He wanted to stay the hell out of Idaho because now he knew they were looking for a high-end day. Let me grab a Halls. Hang on, you guys. I was doing so damn good, you guys, because I had a tea with honey in it before I started. Oh well, it happens. I'm going to do my best. Okay, so let's go back to the document and see if we can find out where this is. Okay. So on the side of the road under a tree as he went by, upon release of the probable cause affidavit for Kohberger's arrest, L thought it may have been Kohberger's vehicle as it was on Kohberger's path of travel the evening of the 13th. I had L describe the location to me, and he stated the car was under a large lone tree on Johnson Road between Johnson and Pullman. He added the pull-out was located where Johnson Road changed from pavement to gravel. Okay. So, let's go back here. Is this Johnson Road? Is this what they call Johnson Road, you guys? Because would they say it was between... come on. Between Johnson and Pullman. So somewhere along here, the road turns from... Okay, let's see where it turns from this to gravel. I can't see this road turning from this to gravel. Right? Because to me, this is looking like it's paved. But let's see. We'll see up here. I can't see it turning to gravel. Is this gravel? No. Because you can still see the lines on the road. Where does this turn to gravel? We're following it, you guys. Get in the car. Come on, everybody, get in the car. Come on. I got a big car, so everybody can get in. Let's go. Let's find out where this turns into gravel. Come on, jump on in. We're going. Look at how fast we're going. We're traveling fast. I'm going to get a ticket here. I don't see this turning to gravel anywhere, you guys. Am I missing something? Oh. No, you can still see the dots on the road. Does this turn to gravel, you guys? Anybody live in this area? Because this still looks like you can see paint on the road, right? Like the white lines, paint. Oh my God. And I've got a driver's license. Imagine. Oh! Is this gravel? No. Well, this isn't his travels anymore, guys. Unless it's down further this way. Is it maybe gravel down this way? I know. Jeff, again, thank you so much, Charlotte. Did you see that? I swerved in time, though. I swerved in time. Scared the bejesus out of me, but no worries. No worries. I don't drive like we've got extra lives. Just sometimes. Okay, not that, no. Okay, maybe this time I did. Okay, so let's look here. Because this is still on his route. If you see this yellow line beside you guys, this is my marking of his route. So let's see. Maybe it's down here. No, this still looks... Look, we're going to fly above. We're going to fly above because look now we're going to get hit by a plane. We got to fly lower, you guys. We got to fly lower so we don't get hit by no... Oh, that's somebody's driveway. So we don't get hit by no planes or nothing. Now here is a pull-off. Is this it? I'll know by the picture. This could be it, you guys. That the person's seen him at. But that's Mayor Road. One lone tree. And they said he pulled in the pull-off. This looks like it could be a pull. Okay, let's go back and see if there's anything else. Because he said there's a pull-off. And I'm seeing a pull-off here. But that could possibly be the dirt road he was talking about. No, because even this is paved. No, okay. You guys, don't ever call me asking for directions, okay? Because I'm sure to get us all lost. Okay, well, look at that semi's chasing us. Is this dirt? Okay, let's go. We gotta hurry up because that semi's coming. No, look at we're still on paved road. I think this is all paved. What's this? Let's see. Gotta be quick because that semi is coming. Oh. There's a pull-off. And there's like a lone tree. That's interesting. Am I even going the right way? Let's see. Or did this map turn me around again? It turned me around again. Why does it do that? It's getting me all confused. And it said, let's turn this map back around so I don't get lost. Get us lost. We're going to be out here with no cell service, you guys. They said it was between Johnson and Pullman. So somewhere in here. And we followed this all the way up, and I didn't see any pull-off like he was describing. And I seen like the picture of it. And I'm not seeing it here, you guys. I'm trying. Like, I will recognize it because it's going to be like that. We're going to go behind this car so we don't get hit. See, it's going to be a pull-off like this with a tree. And he says it's where the pavement turns into gravel. Did I just turn myself around again? Let me see. No, I'm going the right way. But they said it was in between Johnson and Pullman. Johnson is back down here. So I don't know where he is talking about. See, there's a lone tree right there, too. It looks like, maybe. Oh, God. Wrong. Get out. Wrong side of the road. Stop, you guys. Wait. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. I'm going flying. Yeah, I'm not seeing... There's something there. Oh, God. Everybody cross... Oh, there's a tree. But there's no pull off. Okay, let's get out of here. We gotta turn back around this way. Stop. Okay, we're gone. Hey, fruit fly! Come and join the fun. Get in the car. Get in the car with us here. I don't see it, you guys, where this... This has got to be Johnson Road. Am I even on Johnson Road? Okay. Johnson Road. This is Johnson Road. Oh. Look at. We were on the wrong dang road. I told you guys. Don't ask me for directions. Okay, so where's Johnson? Now I've lost Johnson. Perfect. Oh, there's Johnson. Between Johnson and Pullman, where it turns into a dirt road. Well, my gosh, this looks like all dirt road. And there's a pull-off. Like, look at all the trees here. This isn't a route that he took, though, you guys. So I'm kind of confused. Unless he pulled off onto... Okay, so here's Johnson Road. This is all paved. He said it's right where it turns into not being paved no more. So let's follow it. Still paved. Look at us go. We're flying. Good thing there's no cops out here. Okay. Right here. It turns into a dirt road. From paved, you can see the lines on the road, to a dirt road. Now there's going to be a pull-off with one lonely tree. Is this it? There it is. That's it right there. That's the picture of the tree. Okay. I gotta mark it. Um, I knew I'd recognize it as soon as I seen the picture. Tree with white car, November 13th. Okay, we got it marked now. Whew. Was that fun? You see what I go through? But this is what I do behind the scenes, you guys. Um, and this is probably why it takes me so long because I'm not good at this stuff. But here's that tree. This is the exact tree that was in the photo. That this guy that we were just reading, here it is. And see that? That's where the road ends and the gravel begins. Right here, he's seen a white car pulled in this way. So if you guys are following me when I talk about the Suzanne Morphew case, Barry Morphew buried her body out in the middle of nowhere, just like this, by a tree, just like this. To me, this could be a marker. I'll know where to find whatever I'm planting, right? Because of this. But, okay, so let's put that down now for now, and let's pull back up what we were reading. So now we just found where he was talking about. The car was under a large lone tree on Johnson Road between Johnson and Pullman. He added the pull-out was located where Johnson Road changed from pavement to gravel. I located the location described and responded there. So the police did go there. Okay? Upon receiving permission from the property owner, J.S., I began to dig in several areas which appeared to have been disturbed earth, but was unable to locate anything of evidentiary value. Sergeant Blaker and Detective Vargas responded with a metal detector and swept the area, but did not discover anything of note. We also searched under the nearby bridge, but did not discover anything of note. Further investigation will be conducted when weather permits. So, to bring this back up again, we now know this is the tree for sure. Here's where the pavement ends and the gravel begins. And guess what's here? There's a bridge. So they searched under this bridge too. This is like water or something that usually flows under here. But don't forget, it's cold out. Let's go see. Yeah, this would generally be like a water. Oh yeah, there is water in there. Okay. Nobody's coming. We're not going to get hit. Yes, there is water in there. Look at that. Okay, so now we know this is the tree. Okay? While on scene, L arrived and explained the vehicle was nosed in off the road facing the farm field. L also stated he and a friend came to the spot several days prior and also used metal detector to search the area. Why would you do that? Don't do that, you guys. Hey, Summer. This is where, hello, Kevin. This is where somebody seen a car that they thought could have been Kohberger's on the side of the road. They did search the area and they found nothing. Kevin says, pretty good you found that bush tree using Google Earth. Seen it before on another podcast, so well done there. Thank you. Thank you. It's even better when I put myself on the right road. And where did it go? Charlotte was the last one. So thank you again, Charlotte. Usually I thank you again before I take it off screen. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your super chats. I so much appreciate it. I'm not that great at the mapping stuff and stuff like that, but I do my best. And sometimes I get lucky. And that's only because I took you guys with me You guys all jumped into the car and you were all screaming, "Wrong way, Willow, wrong way." Got out a little bit of humor to it, you guys. Okay. So why would they go there, right? I don't know. I don't know why they would go there. In addition to this information, during my initial phone call with L, he told me he was painting the apartment of Brent Kopaka. That's Brent Kopaka, the previous tenant and person named in tips during the initial investigation. L stated he could see a knife blade in the gutter of the building from the apartment window. I requested WSUPD respond and collect the item, which they later did. See, so this guy, L, sent them to this tree. And this guy, L, also said, "Hey, I'm painting Brent Kopaka's apartment and I see a knife." I think this guy was leading them on a wild goose chase. I think he just wanted to insert himself. If you ask me, that's only my personal opinion. Because not only are you out on the route that Bryan Kohberger took, now you are saying you're repainting an apartment that this Brent Kopaka, that everybody was saying, "It's him, it's him, it's him." Now all of a sudden you're painting his apartment and you see a knife. To me, it's just, you know, being in the legal field for over 30 years, you guys, to me, and in criminal law, to me, that is just, you're injecting yourself too much now. You should have stuck with just the Johnson Road thing, because now I don't believe anything, right? Anyway, he stated he could see a knife blade in the gutter of the building from the apartment window. I requested Washington State University PD to respond and collect the item, which they later did. The blade is a serrated cooking-style knife with the handle broken off, right? The blade portion was approximately 8 inches long and 2 inches wide, as per WSU officers who collected it. Based off this description and the condition of the knife, I do not believe it matched the wounds found on the victims. However, I will still collect the knife because I have to. But this guy is inserting himself, and it's not the only time. Okay, first with the car, I seen a car, and now I'm painting this apartment, and there's a knife. It's just too fishy for me. Okay, the next one, Brett Payne, a knife. Okay, so this one, I agree. Yes, call it in, but after reading the description of it, yes, it's a K-bar, but no, not the right kind. I was notified via email on Monday, March 20th, 2023, of a found property call reported to LCSO, wherein RP discovered a K-bar brand knife in some bushes in the city of Genesee, Idaho on the same day. Genesee, if you guys remember, that's where his phone comes back on. Hello, Joey, and welcome. What's the name of the court document that mentions the tree and road turning to gravel? I'm updating my Google Earth. It's this one here, Jeff. It's tip 157 in the Moscow police documents. So if you go to Moscow Police Department, if you don't have all those documents, I think you should. Just go there and they have a link to all these documents, and it's tip number 157. And if you do go there, if you haven't been there yet, you will see the hell I've been going through to try and go through all these documents, because there's thousands. Okay, so it's sequence number, so you'll find it 161, Jeff. So document 161. So it's going to be in the third or fourth set of documents listed. So document number 161. I hope that helps. Okay, so in some bushes by Genesee, Idaho, the same day. Per the LCSO call records, the knife was located by a child playing in some trees at the top of Ash Street near Spruce Street. Whiting responded and booked the item into evidence. This knife did not appear to match the wounds inflicted on all four victims. Um, they took the knife. The knife was a K-Bar brand knife with a blade approximately 4 inches in length. The knife was in a black Kydex sheath with cordage wrapped around the handle. So that was not what they were looking for. And I think the K-Bar they were looking for had a much longer blade. So for you guys that said, they found the K-Bar, they found the K-Bar. No, they didn't. It was not the right K-Bar. Because when I said, no, the weapon hasn't been found, I got a couple nasty comments saying, you're an idiot. Don't you read the police reports? They found the K-Bar. They did find a K-Bar, but it was not their weapon. Hello, Summer Dawn. So there it is in black and white. It was not what they were looking for. This next one is Brett Payne. Oh, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you guys because I am not reading this again because I can't. This is when they got Bryan Kohberger arrested. Okay. This is an interview with Kohberger in Pennsylvania. So if you want to go through and pause this later and read it, they just have idle talk on December 29, 2022. Kim Craft K-Bar is a combat knife adopted 1942 by the Marine Corps. Yep, we know. Thank you, Kevin, for that. But we do know we have the photos and everything of a similar one that was used to the one that was used. Okay. FBI Special Agent Shirley and I arrived in Albert Wrightsville, PA, in preparation for the service of the arrest and search warrants for Kohberger and his family's residence. And they give we all know the address, but anyway, his parents' address. After several coordination meetings, Detective Gilbertson, S.A. Shirley, Special Agent Shirley, and I drove to the Pennsylvania State Police Barracks at Stroudsburg, PA, to await the arrival of Kohberger after his arrest and to interview him upon his arrival. Let's see what Jeff says here. Jeff says, I was also called an idiot for mentioning that maybe DM and BF thought they were being pranked. Yes, I agree with you there too, because apparently there was a lot of pranks that were pulled on each other in that house. And Bethany and Dylan were both known to be scaredy cats. Like the wind could blow something over in the backyard and they'd run and hide thinking somebody was out there shooting a gun or something. You know what I mean? Like they were known to be scaredy cats. So that's why they were pranked a lot. So I'm sorry, Jeff, that you had to be, deal with that shit. But I feel you. Yep. And she did. She said that in an interview. Yes. So thank you. And Jeff, I'm so sorry. I'm apologizing for people out here that can be real a-holes, right? Oh, that's okay. Kevin, you can see that in some of my videos. If you want to know a lot more about it, we do go over it in some of my prior videos. But thank you for that information. Summer says, we don't call names here, Jeff. It's a safe space. Yes, Jeff knows that. Jeff's here quite a bit. But thank you for that, Summer, and for letting people know that this is a safe place for everybody. Delana says, Jeff Kohberger told me to climb back under my rock. Right? It's like, yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for wasting your time. Like, these people, I don't get it. Like, he's even pleaded guilty now, and they're still saying he only did that because he was going to be railroaded and get the death penalty. Well, I think he's going to want the death penalty. Like, I think he's going to regret that. But we're not done. Kohberger's not done, you guys. Mark my words, he is not done. Okay? Pro-burgers have been fooled by Ian Taylor's Jedi mind tricks, right? Did you guys know? Now, some of you may not have seen some of my other lives. Did you know that Ann Taylor's first boss ever when she graduated from law school was Bill Thompson? Did you guys know that? The first person to hire Ann Taylor out of law school was Bill Thompson. Okay? Why such a sweetheart deal for somebody who took the lives of 4 young students? Why such a sweet deal? Was it because, Bill Thompson, she was your protege? You were her first ever boss. I'm still hot about that. I'm cramming like an exam. Kevin, don't blow your head up. I'm telling you, my mind, I start getting migraines trying to get through and go over all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah. He was her first ever boss. Okay, back to this. Jeff's on the case. Okay, so this is when they were interviewing him. They start off just yapping with him to try and get him to feel comfortable and everything. And what's this? This is a summary of our interview with Kohberger, and it's not verbatim transcript of the interview. A full interview transcription will be attached to this case file. So they began by introducing themselves and stating which agencies they represented. When I stated who I was, Kohberger said, "You do look familiar." Well, he was, wasn't he the chief of police or something that interviewed Bryan Kohberger when Kohberger had applied for a job at the police? And I prepared our note-taking materials, and Detective Gilbertson read Kohberger his Miranda rights and advisement. Detective Gilbertson asked Kohberger if he understood his rights, to which he replied he did. After collecting Kohberger's personal information and inquiring about any medications, Gilbertson and I began to speak to Kohberger. Gilbertson asked Kohberger about the SWAT operation at the house, to which Kohberger replied he was concerned about his parents and his dog. We made small talk with Kohberger about sports for some time. Kohberger confirmed this and said he came to WSU with his father on July 1st. That is a lie. He was there June 23rd. So, starting right off, he's lying. He said he didn't get to WSU until July 1st. He was there on June 23rd. Kohberger then asked if it was okay to engage in small talk like we were, to which we replied it was. After brief, so he's like kind of wondering, why are you guys just like asking me about school and this and that? Like, what the hell am I here for, right? So he asked them, like, is this normal for you guys just to talk about other shit? And they said, yeah. After briefly mentioning he was strengthened by the fact his mother and father were okay, Kohberger said he applied to the 2 aforementioned schools because they did not require the GRE exam. That's a hard exam sometimes to pass, especially getting into the legal field, right? Kohberger then spoke about the GRE for a brief time and said that he was accepted by WSU. So they just have small talk, right? Kohberger stated it was because he loved being in college and stated knowledge was far more important to him than money. Kohberger added WSU had a good program to study under, and then said, you guys know all about this more than likely because they're cops and everything, right? Anyway, they just go in and they're still talking about his move and all this crap, right? Okay, so here he says, here it is here. Yeah, they start talking and he starts telling them that he was a teacher's assistant, blah, 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 how busy he was and how that's funding the package that comes along with being a teacher assistant, um, which makes the work worth it. Gilbertson asked Kohberger if he would be a TA again next semester, and Kohberger replied he would. Second lie. Second lie, he was fired. Kohberger then stated he understood why were we engaging in small talk, but would appreciate it if we explained to him what he was doing there. The detective asked Kohberger why he thought he was there. He said he wanted Gilbertson to tell him. Gilbertson said we were there because of what occurred in Moscow, but did not provide any further detail. The detective asked Kohberger if he watched the news. Kohberger said, I watched the news. Detective then asked Kohberger why he thought I looked familiar. Kohberger said he wasn't sure, and I stated I had a familiar face and looked like somebody he used to know. Gilbertson said, we were there because of what happened on November just off the University of Idaho campus. The detective asked Kohberger if he knew what that was, to which Kohberger replied, of course. Okay, let me just see chat here. Summer, I love you. Okay, Jeff is saying, read the police interview with BK after his arrest quickly. BK asked for a lawyer. A very different read than the police interview with Jack D. Difference between the guilty man and innocent. Yes. Inmate 214. Okay. Okay, where was I now? So we're there because of what occurred in Moscow. Okay. So we're there because of what happened in November. Jut. Somebody forgot an ass. Somebody forgot an ass here. Okay, we're not going to call them out. Stop it, Willow. Okay. Just off the University of Idaho campus, the detective asked Kohberger if he knew what that was, to which Kohberger replied, of course. When prompted to elaborate, Kohberger said it was the incident we had been investigating for. Now, how long has it been, Kohberger said? Kohberger said there were probably several incidences, and then he said he was aware of a homicide because of a WSU alert he received. Another lie. The detective asked when Kohberger received the alert. Kohberger said he wasn't sure, but thought it was sometime the previous month. The detective confirmed that was why they were there and asked if Kohberger wanted to talk about that. Kohberger replied, well, I think I would need a lawyer. Kohberger then asked if we would explain to him what we were there for specifically and added he was tired. The detective again stated we were investigating the homicides of the 4 students and that we had questions and things we hoped Kohberger would help us understand. Kohberger sat back and said he had the utmost respect for law enforcement, but stated it was a constitutional right to speak to an attorney. What did he say to the judge when the judge asked him at sentencing, do you have anything to say? With the utmost respect, I have nothing to say. Like, screw off with your respect thing, right? Stated it was a constitutional right to speak to an attorney. Gilbertson affirmed this. Kohberger then rearranged and said the only thing he heard of from Moscow was an alert that came to his phone. Kohberger then said he wanted to talk to an attorney. Gilbertson said he would stop now because Kohberger wanted to speak to an attorney. Kohberger then asked where his parents were and where his dog was. Kohberger re-engaged again and asked what questions we would have for him. The detective then asked Kohberger again if he understood his rights and asked specifically what Kohberger wished. Kohberger asked that specifically we wanted to talk to him about what we wanted to talk to him about and the reason. I told Kohberger he invoked his Fifth Amendment rights and we were not going to ask him any further questions. Kohberger again asked for the reason he was there, but added he would like to talk to an attorney. At this point, we concluded our interview. Kohberger left the room. So there you go. They took him out. Jeff, if you need that one there, in the files, it's going to be a file number 194. I respectfully decline. Yeah. I knew it had something to do with respect. Okay. So we're almost done, you guys. We got this one and one more. So there's still time to get your super chats in, you guys. If you want more of these, get them in there. Come on. Show some love, please. Okay. This is Detective Lawrence Mowry. I was assigned to the task of examining the call detail records that were obtained from AT&T pursuant to a warrant served by Corporal Brett Payne for the time frame of November 12th to November 14th, blah, 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 right? The 8458 phone, this phone showed the subscriber as Bryan Kohberger. Okay. So he's looking into specific times, and then they go back and they get more times because they need more. The 8458 phone connects with several different cell towers in Pullman, Washington between the hours of 2 a.m. and 2:25 a.m. The phone appears to be traveling within or near the city of Pullman. At 2:42 a.m., so this is on the 13th, the phone connects to a tower near Northeast Skyview Drive on the Washington State University campus. We've gone over all of this. At 2:47 hours, the phone connects to a tower on the Observation Drive on the Washington State University campus. So this is showing where he's going, and we do have that on mapping. Oh, am I turned around again? Oh, I gotta stop doing this because I mess myself up. Okay. So here is the route that they're talking about here, you guys. And these are the pings. I've got them. This is the Coog bar. And this is where Bryan Kohberger lived, was up here. He comes down this way. He goes around here. Whoops. No, I'm going to get hit. Get off of there. Let's take this off. That's why it's doing that, you guys. Damn it. Okay, so this is the route when he leaves. So again, I showed you he lives up here. He comes down this way. He comes here. He comes around here. And he goes down here. And it's somewhere around here his phone goes off as he's on his way because there's Moscow. Okay? So let's get this back up so we can... Where is it? There it is. Okay. In continuing to examine the data, I found an approximately 2-hour period with no interactions between the 8458 phone and the AT&T network between 2:47 a.m. and 4:48 a.m. The phone connects to a tower located near Paradise Ridge, south of Moscow, Idaho, at 4:48 hours. What? That's going to be right where I've got it, I think, but let's go see. Because I got his phone connecting to the network here. Right here somewhere. See, this is where I got his phone coming back on. But let's see if we can find Paradise Ridge. Well, Willow, why don't you just put it in here? Paradise Ridge. Oh. Okay. See, I got his phone coming back on down here. but they say it's up near here. So I'm still saying he got rid of. See, he could have been over here when it came on near Paradise Ridge, because this is the tower that his phone bounces off of. And they know that he is in the area of this tower, because if not, he was closer to that tower than this tower. Okay, because there's a cell tower. Look at that. There's a cell tower right. I don't know if I can show you good. Here's a cell tower right here. You guys should have seen me trying to find these cell towers. Okay, so we were close right here. That's interesting. See, I had his phone coming back on down here for some reason. So he had 20 minutes in this area between, here's where he comes out, okay? Here's the King Road house. He comes out, he comes down this way, Willenta Drive, comes down here and this way. So somewhere in between, I would say here, because there's too many cameras and shit here. Somewhere between here and here is where he disposes of, it's in this area, the clothes and everything. Like, you'd need teams of people to go out to areas where it's easily accessible, where he could have pulled off. But I came up with these two, one right here and another one down further here, where he could pull off. There's a pull off here, because he would have been going in this direction, right? Anyway, okay, that's the map. Paradise Ridge, south of Moscow. Oh, near Paradise Ridge. So yeah, I could still be in the right area. The phone connects with towers south of Moscow, Idaho, which is consistent with travel back to Pullman, Washington, utilizing towers along the route. Okay. And then he just signs off on it. And the last one. This is number 200. So I've gone through 200 of these already, you guys, plus the initial 100 and something pages of narrative. Just the overall. Now, the only reason that I picked up this is they were saying that they couldn't find any connection, because they went looking on Instagram and everything, right? As you can see here, they're checking like Xana and Madison and Kaylee and Ethan's Instagrams and TikToks and all this stuff, right? Whoops, what am I doing? Stop drawing, Willow. Now is not the time. Stop that. Okay. And now I've got, oh my gosh. Okay, let's just do this. That's not. Anyway, let's stop playing with this. The reason why I did this is because they were saying they didn't find no connection. And yet Kaylee's sister found a connection where Bryan Kohberger was liking some of their photos and shit, right? And sending messages. Well, they said they couldn't find it. Well, this is what is going on here. In attempting to serve a previous warrant, I found the identifier for Xana's should have been whatever this is, without the period separator. So if they put a period where it shouldn't have gone, or they put like one letter off or something, like they just, and this isn't the first time they did this, they admit to doing it twice. Okay. On May 12th, I received an email from Instagram stating the data requested pursuant to the warrant was not available. It appears the user designation, you, was being considered part of the username. This occurred with Kaylee Gongalva's request previously as well. So because they had a U and a slash before their names, they didn't get the records. So if you're doing stupid shit like this right here, this, putting a dot where it doesn't belong, or this, putting a U where it's not supposed to be, you're not going to get correct records. And this is why I think they couldn't get those records. Just saying. Like, I know, like, in my personal email, I have an underscore in there. And when you send it to people, they don't usually see that underscore for some stupid reason. And they say, okay, I sent you an email. No, you didn't. I didn't get it. You know what I mean? So if you're not putting it in absolutely correct, you're not going to get anything. Because for them not to get any returns is unreal. No data. So, I mean, this all goes back to sloppy investigations. I mean, I can't say the whole investigation was sloppy, you guys. I'm going to get rid of these so my computer doesn't bug out. I find if I got way too many windows open, it bugs out. So we went through all these. I've got them marked down, the ones that we went through. So the bottom line is, if you make if you put a capital A instead of a small a, if you put a dot where there's not a dot, right? Delana said they didn't spell Papa Roger right either, I don't think. Yeah, I think they forgot the D. Like, I thought, thank God I'm not in the States. And I'm going to say why. Because I love you guys. I love all my U.S. friends and family. Because I came out with stuff in my read on December 8th. I described Bryan Kohberger to a T. Right down to he was at Washington State University and he was gave lectures or something while he was a teacher's assistant. So I was close. And that the police have something that they're not telling us about. And it's only a matter of time. And the video is arrest is coming or something like that. It was on December 8th, long before we even knew Kohberger's name, right? And in there I said that the perpetrator took something from, I believe, Maddie or Kaylee. I think it came from Kaylee, and Kaylee was missing an earring and a sock. Wow, right? Yes. Very, very, very picky. But he came out, like, so there was information that I came out with. I think if I would have been a guy and I would have lived near there, they would have been questioning me. That's how smack on my information was that came out before we even knew who did this. A lot of people have gone back and watched it now and went, holy crap, Willow, that was like, you were like spot on. So go back and watch that. If you guys haven't watched it, it's called Arrest Coming. And it was on December 8th, 2022. I can get it for you here. Let me put the link. Okay, I'm going to... Oops. On. That's all I wanted was that. Okay, I want to go... Hang on a sec, you guys. I'm going to put it in the description of this video. Oops. Oops. Come on. Okay, save. Okay, so I posted it in the description and I'll also put it here. There's the link to it, you guys. And you can like, let me see. Let me see if I can bring this up for you. Hang on. You know what? I'll click on my own link. Okay, so let me share this. Okay, so here it is. Oops, I gotta hide that message. Okay, so here it is here. If you scroll down, you go here, like put your mouse. Whoops. Hang on a sec, you guys. If you put your mouse, it says 41,000 views, streamed 2 years ago. If you put your mouse over that, it shows you the date that it was streamed live, December 8th, 2022. Long before we knew, and you can see by the tags beside it, there's no Bryan Kohberger because we didn't know who it was, right? And right here, it tells you when I did it. So that is the link to it, you guys. I can barely spell my name. Yeah, because the white Hyundai tag was there. I think they had just released that. Uh, Let me check. Hang on. Okay, let me put this over here. Have we reached our goal yet, you guys? Did we get 10 super chats? If we got 10 super chats, I'm going to go and count them. If we got 10 super chats, I'm going to go through the next video. We'll cover the rest of the documents. Let me see how many super chats we got. The goal set was 10. 1, 2, 3. So we got Charlotte, Jeff, Delana, Heather, Dawn, Get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's still time, you guys. Need 4 more super chats if you guys want the final documents. Because there's over 250 documents, I think, left, and that's going to take me all day tomorrow. So if you guys want it, and you want me to put in that time, 4 more super chats, and it gets us there. That's the goal. What? Magpie bird just shook its. Oh, we can't. Oh, we got to take that off. You can't use that ASS word. You got to mask your words, Kevin, please. Your birthday's December 7th. Mine is December 4th. So we got birthdays the same week. Sagittarius. Summer Dawn says college educated to work in mental health just to make double the money cooking. So I cook. Yeah. Right? Yeah, Booty. Booty's a good name. You can use Booty, Kevin. Come on, you guys. Are we going to get 4 more super chats so we can continue to do this? And if we do get 4 more super chats, then I will go through the last 250 documents. Well, I will start as soon as I'm done here. And tomorrow, and possibly tomorrow afternoon, we can go through them. All we need is 4 more super chats. The goal was 10 super chats. What was that other? Hang on a sec, you guys. could have said bottom, but it's a silly English word for it. I agree, Kevin. It's just YouTube is so picky. Let me just see here for a second, because see, I hate this when I go looking for information and people are putting out false information. Like they're saying the first time he was interviewed was the 30th. No, it was the 29th. And they've got pictures saying that this is a picture of his first interview, and it's not. It's a picture from court. It's a, like, what people won't do here. Anyway, body language. Okay, where did I see that? Damn it. Yeah, we don't know if we're going to get the FBI documents. They're probably not going to release theirs. Okay, I'm going to put this up on screen so everybody knows. So there we go. We're going to put that up. Elena, thank you. We're down to 3. We need 3 more. And we need 3 more. We're down to 3 more. 3 more, you guys. Okay, let me get back to this over here, because it tells me there's body language experts. Well, if you guys remember when we were watching the sentencing, I was calling out because I had him on my big screen, just his face. And every time he almost smirked when he was nodding his head yes, very subtly, while he was blinking really quick at certain things, where his jaw was clenching. I was calling it all out. And I said, these are the times that you know he's pissed. When he's putting his, like, puckering his lips and stuff, it's because he wants to say something or he doesn't agree with what's being said. But there are times where, certain people called him out and said, you're evil and this and that. And there was a slight nodding of his head. I caught it all, you guys. And the body language experts caught it too. And Olivia, oh my gosh, Olivia, Kaylee's sister. You go, girl. I have got so much respect for that woman. She put him in his place, and he did not like it at all. Okay, I gotta find where I found this. I hate that when I save something and then it goes somewhere. I try to put it all in the same file and it doesn't end up there for some reason. Or maybe it's a different kind of document, so I'm not seeing it. I don't know. Nana! Thank you, Nana. We're down to 2. We need 2 more super chats, you guys, if you want me to go through the last 250 documents. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Nana. 2 more. 2 more, y'all. Two more. You guys are amazing. I know you can do it. She was sheer perfection. Summer Dawn. Thank you, Nana. Summer Dawn. Thank you, girl. Thank you for the $1 US. 1 more, y'all. You can do it. And now I'm thinking to myself, why did I do that? Because now I know when I promise to do something, I'm going to do it. Unless my power goes out or something. We had a huge storm yesterday, so it was bad. But anyway, I do it. I do it. So, and it irks me. Like I'm OCD, right? So we get one more super chat, you guys. It's going to be as soon as this live is done. I know I'm going to start diving into the documents. I'm not even going to take a break because I know how much is still there that I got to go through. So I will be working probably till midnight tonight, going through at least. I want to get through at least 150 of them and do the rest of them tomorrow morning, so we can do this tomorrow afternoon. So thank you, Summer Dawn. We need one more, y'all. One more. You can do it. One more. Summer, you're good, hon. You're good. I appreciate every donation, big or small. I appreciate it. Lori says, I truly feel the prosecution let these families down. Yeah, I agree. I agree, you guys. Where did I have that? I have the plea agreement, and it's sickening. Nowhere in there do they say he can't profit, that he has to, let everybody know where the weapon is, where the clothes are, and why he did it. Right? It's horrible. Kevin says Bryan Kohberger is in control about everything, and this is his show being a murder superstar serial killer. He's not done. This is the whole thing. He's not done. He is going to appeal, and he's going to say, you know what? Just before all this happened, my lawyer said there's a mental health issue that you guys wouldn't let us dive into, and it's because of that. And I didn't understand. I didn't know all this shit. I didn't know this, and I didn't know that. They told me something different. He can lie through his teeth. He already has. He lied right to the police when they were investigating him, right? He lied when he says he didn't do this. He lied about being somewhere else. He lied about shutting his phone off. He lied about being stargazing. He lied about being at the park 40 miles in the opposite direction. He lie. He lies more than the goddamn rugs. Lie. One more super chat, you guys. I'm trying to hold out here. We got a couple more minutes. One more, and we do this tomorrow. If we don't get it, I'm not doing it. Nope. Had to hit that 10 mark. Will is actually a vampire that stays up. Actually, no. I'm usually upstairs with the heating pad because you guys know I got a broken back. So the walking around and everything else, it does, or sitting for too long gets to me. So at night, I got an ultramatic bed. So I get up there, I put the bed up just right, and I put my heating pad on my back and watch TV. And usually I watch YouTube, and it is not true crime. It's van lifers and homesteaders and stuff like that. There are a couple channels I do watch, but I try to just clear my mind of it. But I know one more super chat, and I'm going to be up until midnight tonight going through these documents, and then up early in the morning. Usually I'm up around 5:36, and I'll be going through them again right up until the time we go live. And there we are, Kate Bell. Kate Bell just locked it in. Thank you, Kate Bell. Kate Bell just locked it in that I will be up half the night tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be up, and I'm going to go through these documents, and I'm going to go through them tomorrow morning. And it will probably be tomorrow afternoon that we go live to go through the rest of these documents. Now, I know there are some more things that are in documents. I've gotten emails. Get some strong Timmies. I'm going to make myself a pot of coffee with my Keurig. My Keurig has one side you can make a full pot, and the other side you can just use the K-cups. It's really good. So yeah, I'll probably be making one in about an hour. I'm going to take an hour to make some dinner. And then I'm going to get on this stuff, and there'll be a pot of coffee being put on. I'm not too crazy about the Timmies anymore. Okay, Kevin, thank you for being here. Hope you meet up with us tomorrow. We will be going through these documents again. Yes, Mucky Mansion. Yeah, I'm not following it anymore, Carol. It was one of the ones that I really, really liked, and I don't follow it anymore because it's not Monkey Mansion anymore. It's not. There's another one I'm following. It's a husband and wife team, and they are renovating another old Queen Victoria mansion. I forget their names. Oh my gosh. See, now it's going to drive me nuts until I find it. Hang on. Let me find it. Boop-a-doo. Okay. I gotta go here. Gotta go here. I'm horrible, you guys, with names. Oh, you know what else I've been watching, you guys, is the Ryan Trahan, the 50 States in 50 Days. I've been watching that. I watch like Men Try videos. They are hilarious, these guys. I try and stay right away from the true crime. So let me see. I'll give you the name of their channel. Let me find them. You know who else I watch, you guys? And you guys, this is going to blow it out of the water. Kamomo _10. Kamomo. He is an admin on a gaming platform called Rust or War something or other. I don't like these type of games, but I like watching him and watching him ban people for cheating. I don't like a liar. I don't like a thief. I don't like a cheater. Wow, Ruth. Here you go, Ruth. There you go, Ruth. There you go, Ruth. There's your 2 minutes of fame. There you go. Do you feel okay now? Does that make up for it? There you go. Okay. Hope you feel better now. There you go. There's your 2 minutes of fame. There. How about that? There you go. There you go. Minute and a half of fame. Welcome to the channel, Ruth. My channel, I do what I want. You don't like it? Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. My head is pounding right now, and I'm not going to explain myself. And it's anyway. Ignore. Okay, let me go find this. Selena Spooky Boo, I watch her. Thank you for that, Summer Dawn. I'm trying to find Dan Van Stralen. They're off-grid living in Northern Ontario here. I watch Mia Maples. Ryan Upchurch, of course. I love some of his songs. Okay, where is this other mansion? Destination Adventure, I watch him too. He's Canadian. Angry Grandma, I watch. There you go. You're getting some of the places that I watch. Freaktography, he's Canadian. I got a lot of Canadian people on here. There's some that I know personally. Okay, where... I'm scrolling, you guys. I'm trying to find, because I just watched one of their videos. I'm searching. Ben Mala, I watch him too. Okay, why can I not find them? Scout Outdoors, I watch them too. They are in Newfoundland. Oh, I've watched some of them rug cleaning things too. They do it in like that thing, and they in that looks like a garage of some kind or whatever. Okay, let me just see here. Emma Shea, I watch her. She's in Virginia. She's redoing an old post office. Uh, there it is, Macabre Manor. Carol. Let me see if I can't get a link for you to her channel. It's a husband and wife, and they are hilarious. Like, they're constantly fighting. Like, the only thing I don't like about this one is it seems like he puts her down a lot. This one here, the McCabe Manor. That's the other one. I found that one after the Mucky Mansion went nuts. Harold Scout Outdoors. Yeah, he's in Newfoundland. Yeah, I was on a kick of that rug cleaning for a long time. And then it's just like, oh, you forgot a spot. So there's the other one. It's called the Macabre Manor. Macabre. I'm pronouncing it with my French, so. Oh, did they break up? I know she separated her channel from his, but I didn't know that they broke up. Really? What are they going to do with the mansion, Carol? Have they said? Heather, I don't know if I will live stream that one or not. Juror 11 in the house. Juror 11 in the house. Marie Burks, my sister from a different mister. Have you tried messaging me lately? Because I'm still not getting any of your... I'm not getting any text messages, and I feel left out. It's my sister from a different mister, you guys. Marie. You're pretty sure they broke up? He's still fixing it? Carol, please email me the link to his channel, because I was so invested in that. The same as this one here, the Macabre Manor. Like, they better not break up, but he does. He talks down to her a lot. I don't like that, but she puts up with it. So maybe that's just the way they are with each other. Juror 11, it's because you don't have notifications set on the app itself. There's a lot of videos out there on, you can punch in your device and how do I turn on YouTube notifications. You have to do it in the app itself or you're not going to get them. Did you see my Prada's guy? It doesn't look like stuff, and I sent you a video on Messenger. No, I didn't see it yet. I've been so busy, like I said, Summer. I spent 8, 9, maybe 10 hours, maybe, I don't know, because I did it over the weekend. Could be up to 12 hours I spent going through these documents so I could do this today. So once I was done that, my headache was pounding so bad I didn't check my mail. I didn't check Facebook, nothing. But I will check it, I promise. Panard Brute. PANNARDBRUT. Okay, let me see if I can find that. Hang on. Okay. PANNARDBRUT. Easy. Oh, there he is. Woohoo! Okay, I'm subscribing to him right now. And I'm setting my notifications to all. Oh my God, now I've got tons of videos. Oh my gosh, it does look like they broke up, eh? Ooh. Oh no. Does he, do either one of them explain what's going on, or do they just say, oh, we're going to have different channels? Yeah, it seems like, oh my gosh. Summer Dawn says, I didn't want to dox him, but it's no biggie. Dox who? Yeah, we're going to be live tomorrow, probably in the afternoon, because I got 250 documents to go through. It's the last of them. Okay, so uncheck them and then check them again. Like, you know what I mean? Turn it off, then turn it back on. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Summer. It'll be after 11 a.m. Eastern. So between 11 and 1 Eastern, we should be going live. I should have it all done by then. He's my type 30 years ago. No, she was just dating. She was just dating Joey. Look at that. Look at that. It's Marie. Remember, for 44 months, I've been sleeping a lot, sister. I got a new phone, so I'll have to text you from my old phone. Getting my new teeth soon also. Yes. I haven't even been on Facebook, Marie, so hopefully we can get hooked up again soon. But you got my personal number, home phone number, so, well, my cell number. So transfer it onto your new phone. Yeah, it looks like 2 weeks ago he started posting again. Oh, and he does explain what happened to Muck. Okay, I gotta click on all these, watch later. Now I gotta watch all these. I'm gonna have to binge watch them. And I probably won't be able to do it until tomorrow afternoon. Seven people this crime. Yep, she is. Marie, Kat, Kate. You're there. You were there too for a while. Des. Seven people. What do you mean, Joey? Joey says seven people this crime. I don't know what you mean. He's just a big puppy. Yeah. Yeah. He says Panard isn't done with me. What happened to Mucky Mansion? So I think he may explain it in that video. So I'm going to have to watch him. I'm not going to be able to watch it probably till tomorrow because I'm going to be up late tonight and up early again in the morning getting through all these documents. Juror 11's been here since Letitia. Yeah. I think my very first ones, Frats did this crime. Okay, Joey, we're not doing that here. I'm not going to remove your comment, but if that's what you believe, that's good, but we don't believe that here. You are entitled to your opinion. You could tell me why you think the Frats did this crime, especially when he has pleaded guilty. Kate, was the Petito case? I think my very first one was Lori. I think I would have to go back and see. Yeah, Kat's been here since like the very, very beginning too. Um, um, I haven't seen her in a while. There's another one too. I'm horrible, aren't I? I'm a horrible creator. Um, I've got her name right on. K-Mitch, you've been here a long time. Kat, Marie Burks, Des, Summer Dawn too. Summer Dawn, you've been here for quite a while. I've kept all my mods. I've never had to get rid of. Oh, I did. One mod at the very, very beginning, like 5 years ago. 5.5 years ago now, I guess. I had to get rid of one mod, but I've kept every other mod. I've never had to, like, you see a lot of channels, like, mods going rogue and everything. I've never had that problem with my mods. My mods are the best, man. And they ain't going nowhere. They going nowhere. You're not allowed. I won't let you. But no, I do. I have very good mods. I've never had to, except for right at the very beginning when I started my channel. I had to get rid of one. But all my other mods have been here, have never been gotten rid of. Yes, Cat H been here long, long, long time. I know you long, long time. Summer Dawn too. Summer's been here. Like, you guys have basically all been here for almost my whole channel. I started about 5 years, 5.5 years ago. I know there are some newer ones. See, you're 11, almost 4 years. Almost 4 years. I know you long, long time. But I keep my mods. And my mods are the best. And when you got the best, you don't need the rest. Right? You're the only one that says my name right. Carl, of course I will. I know I messed up at the beginning. I am so horrible with names, especially, foreign names and stuff like that, because if I can't say it properly in English, then I try and say it in French. And then if it doesn't make sense in French, then I just combine the two and hopefully it works. Yes, me too. Me too. No time for the bullshit. The sheets of paper, they can go elsewhere. Absolutely. Does someone have membership link, new bank card? It's in the description, Cat, of, hang on. It should be in the description of all my videos. Well, it won't be in this one yet because I only do that once I'm done my live, but any other video you can, let me see if I can get it for you. Membership link, a membership link. Let me get it for you. Copy. Here we go. There we go. There's the membership link. If you would like to become a member of the channel, there is the link right there. Yes, I'm on Facebook. Summer Dawn. Are you asking me? I like that there's no room for... Exactly. Summer Dawn. You guys know. Hey, all you that have been here with me. I still, as you could see today, still don't have things all figured out. I don't know why I'm small on my screen. Hang on, let me see. This? There we go. That's still not full screen. That's not... There we go. I still have issues, okay? I'm not technically inclined. I like things set one way, Don't anybody touch it because I'll never be able to figure it out. I get frustrated easy. And it's like, oh shit. Letitia Stout, the judge, called me out and threw me out of the courtroom. And then I went back in and I did it again, and he called me out again, and I didn't know what I did wrong, and I didn't know how to get out of there, so I just unplugged my computer from the wall. It's like, okay, that'll shut it down, right? I don't know how long you stay there before it notices that you're disconnected, but I was mortified. Mortified. I was terrified to go live again. But some of these, my mods and people that have been here, like, they encouraged me and helped me, and I'm telling you, it was thanks to that, because I was ready to shut her down right there. Thanks, still fighting. You're not alone with the technique. Oh, I'm horrible. But the thing is, Shy, I didn't do it on purpose. I just didn't know what the frig I was doing. I thought that I was just sharing it. And apparently I was messaging the judge. It was horrible. Marie, oh my gosh. But I do see, this is the thing, Carolyn. This is the thing. If I can't figure it out, I don't need it. I have to figure it out because I need it so I can bring you guys this stuff, right? And show things and everything. You should have seen me trying to set up 2 monitors. Now I'm attempting to set up a 3rd so I can have 3 things open that I can see all at the same time. Summer Todd says, I subbed, loved her ever since. Heather's laughing too. Oh my God. I can laugh at it now, but I was mortified. I was mortified. Like, I was terrified to go live ever again. The cat's still laughing. Oh, like, I can laugh about it now, but I was mortified. And then I had to get a VPN because he blocked my IP. Because I did it not once, guys. I went back for seconds. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It was my first ever when I was trying to stream one of the live streams from WebEx. And instead of turning off my mic and my camera, I don't know. I thought I was just following instructions. And I kept sending what it was a request to the judge to join the WebEx. That's what it was. And I thought I was just requesting to join the WebEx so I could stream it, like not go up on panel. But apparently I was trying to get up on panel. Oh my God, it was horrible. Oh, just a wee bit. I got so frazzled, you guys. I got out of it the first time, but I didn't know how. And that was trying to use OBS, and I'll never try it again. But the second time, I couldn't figure out how to get out. So I don't know if he locked my controls. I don't know what he did or I did. It was probably me. Can't blame the judge. Probably me. But when he started calling me out, Willow, here we go. It's just like, the hell with it. I unplugged my computer right from the wall, from the electrical unit that shut down everything. Nope. Yeah, but that wasn't the place to mess up. You know what I mean? But yeah, I had to get a VPN because he blocked my IP. And my son had to set that up. Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. Silverdon, yes, I used my real name. Yep. That name and that picture. Oh, I'm going to have to call the doctor too and get him to give me something for my lungs because I feel pneumonia coming on. Like this weather, you guys, it was in the 100 degrees last week. And then this week and at night, it started going down to like 57, 58 degrees. And then having to crank my air conditioner. I'm not supposed to use an air conditioner because of my COPD and my asthma, but I had to because it was so hot in here. And to have to use it that many days in a row, I think I got cold in my lungs. And I can usually, yeah, my 15 minutes of fame was right there. Um, I can feel when pneumonia is coming on, and that's what I'm feeling. But I'm going to try and do everything in my anything possible not to have to go back on antibiotics because I just came off of them for an inner ear infection. Right? Oh my God. Thank you, Shy. Juror 11 says, objection. Willow did nothing wrong. I just wanted to have a nice friendly chat with the judge. What's wrong with that? Oh, God. I'll never forget that. Oh, my God, you guys. I won't even go back and watch that. I think I deleted it or I made it private. I don't know. I was so embarrassed. And I said to my son, I said, see, you said this was so easy to do and I could do this. Right. Look what I did. He says, okay, Mom, OBS is not for you. And that's when I started using StreamYards. And then I bought um, the subscription for StreamYards. And it was really good. I liked StreamYards. I learned how to use it fairly easily. And then what did they do? They tripled their price. I was paying like $69 a month for StreamYards. And that was their basic plan. That was the lowest plan. When they upped all their prices, I went, oh, hell no. So now I'm on Restream, $19.99 a month for the same thing that StreamYard wanted $69 Canadian from. So I think it ends up like $24 or $25 Canadian for Restream. And Restream is 100 times better. So, but then I had to start, I did, I think just some mods were in there and some members. I did members only because I had to learn how to use it. You guys all helped me. So that was great. That's why I said I got the best subscribers. I got the best mods. I got the best members. And look at me go now. Look at me go now, still messing up. I like to stay consistent. Okay, you guys see? I'm consistent. I'm still messing up. Even though I know how to use this now, sometimes my mind is on something else and I click the wrong thing and go, oh, it'll be okay. No, no, it's not okay if you click the wrong thing. I just don't learn my lessons. Oh, well, I'll just blame it on I'll say I'm old. Um, I'm going to be doing Wednesday the minis that I missed on Sunday because I had no power. My power went out. We had major storms. Wait a minute. Wait a minute before I say that. Like I said, the only thing that stops me, you guys, is if I'm half dead or I've got no power. And thank you to my sister. She sent me some power banks. Let's see what our weather is going to be like. Hang on. We're under a heat warning right now. Wednesday. Wednesday is supposed to be thunderstorms. Thunder and lightning. Is that going to happen? I don't know. So as long as I have power, we'll do it Wednesday. And then I forget who it was. Somebody asked me. There's Kat. Thank you, Kat, for becoming a member. Thank you, Heather. Oh, you're so kind. Kate, do I have any ancestor reads coming up? I know I took a big break when I was sick. Like, you guys, you don't understand. That inner ear infection I had for over a month. My doctor kept saying, no, there's no infection. No. Oh my God, he said your ear is so infected. Yeah, I tried to tell you that a month ago when the headaches started. So anyway, and then it took a good 10 days for it to get to the point where I wasn't getting severe headaches. So, and Anyway, so I hadn't been doing them. I am going to get back into them. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet. I've got so many requests. I've fallen behind in my private reads again. Ugh. And there's one that's been sitting there for a while, and then I got sick. I told her it'd probably be a week or so, and then I got sick. And you guys know I will not do reads if I am not feeling pretty much 100%. If I'm 90%, I'll do them. But I like to be 100% because that's when I'm most accurate. But I do want to start doing some more. I don't know which ones I'm going to do. A lot of people are asking me to do some on Sebastian Rogers. I'm not doing that. I pull cards every morning, sick or not, for myself, just to see cases that is there anything new. You know what I mean? And I've got nothing. Nothing in the Summer Wells, nothing in the Sebastian, nothing in the Lily and Jack. The other little girl that went missing from Quebec, I was going to go out to the last places she was seen and where the Quebecois police had their things set up. I was going to go, and then they found her. So, yeah, I got to be right. You know what I mean? So that's why I hate saying, you know what, I'll do it this day, because if I'm not feeling 100%, I'm not going to do it. Like with the court documents and stuff like that, I can push through it. But as far as reads and stuff go, if I'm not feeling 100%, I don't do it because I don't think it's fair to those who are paying for reads, right? So I am going to try and get one done this week. I just don't know which one yet because I have so many requests. But as far as the ones that I mentioned, there's nothing new. My vertigo is on steroids lately. It's been really nauseating. Yeah, I can imagine. It's okay, Nana. That's okay. And you're 11. That's okay. I get it. Times are tough. And those who can't afford it, don't donate if you can't afford it. Hit the subscribe. Hit the like, right? Commenting, sharing the videos out. That's all free to do. And I appreciate it just as much. For me, it just I get discouraged, I guess, because there's nothing more that I hate seeing. I get sent links all the time. Oh my God, Willow, did you hear this? Go check it out. And I go and check it out, and it's somebody, I won't mention his name, but he's doing these like 5-hour videos and yelling at people and stuff like that. And this guy gets hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars in donations, and he's not even putting out, he does put out some good stuff, but a lot of what he put out on the Idaho 4 was all bullshit. He kept changing his theories. He didn't have things right. And it's like, how can you put out false information and then demand support from your viewers? Uh-oh, I'm going to sneeze. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Sorry, you guys. I tried to hit the mute button again. Sorry. And you guys that get reads done are going to love me for the reads, because I'm going to show you what I got myself. Okay, I can't show you me. Hang on, let me pull this camera down because I'm in my jammies because I don't feel good. But anyway, look at camera. Oh, look at bubblegum mints. Look at what I got. I got one of these pads. So now when I'm doing this, see how much better that is? It's not, it's a pad thing that I put down. so it's not as loud, because I've gotten some where, I go like this, or I drop the cards or something, or, whatever. I try and straighten them out before I shuffle, and it's like, it's loud. And that's away from the mic. My mic is way over here. So near the mic, look at how loud this is. Right? So now I can do it, and it's... So I hope you guys appreciate that. Marie says, it's funny because my card will pay for the membership, but won't let me do a super sticker or super chat. Oh, really? Good night, Heather. Have a good night. Oh my gosh, it's 3 a.m. where you are. Give the puppy hugs for us. Good night, Heather, and thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Have a good sleep. Nighty night. She says, nice, sister. I don't know why it won't let you do that, Marie. That's weird. Oh, thank you, Carol. Thank you. I appreciate you guys too. So it goes both ways, right? And I appreciate you guys. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to wrap it up. I'm not going to keep you any longer because I got to make something to eat so I can eat. Well, Cat H says that's why I send PayPal. Are you guys all having problems? I wonder if there's a problem with YouTube. Because Cat H says that's why I send PayPal. Yeah, if you do send a PayPal, let me know, because I don't really check my PayPal. And the last time I checked, there was like money there from people ordering from my Bunfire for my merch. And it's like, oh, I didn't even know it was there. So if you do send a PayPal, please let me know. Highlight my name and do an @ above and beyond Ancestor in chat, so it's highlighted so I can see it, so I can thank you properly. Yeah, so I got to get something made up so I can eat while I'm going through all these 250 files, because you guys rock, and you guys hit the mark of the 10 super chats today. So I am going to be doing it tomorrow, and I want to make sure I've got all my ducks in a row. I'll be doing as much as I can till late tonight and first thing in the morning, and then we are going to go live probably around 11 Eastern, 10:30, 11. That should give me enough time. So just watch for it. Thank you, Nana. And you too. Kat says, I did. You missed it. Oh, you sent one today? Kat, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kat. I will go check it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Didn't do the @ That's why I didn't see it. When you do the @ it highlights my name. So I see it. It highlights on my screen. My brain can't handle PayPal. Oh. No. This is not the free Kohberger channel. Far from it, Malcolm. He's not exactly where he belongs. He belongs on death row. That's where he belongs. So no, we are far from the free Kohberger. We are not on that mission. Now, mind you, there are people in here that may think that he is innocent. I've only seen one today. So, but anyway, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up like I always do. I want to see each and every one of you's here. Took me 45 minutes. Oh my gosh. There, Malcolm says, good. No, hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification set to all, Malcolm, because we're going live again tomorrow, around 11 a.m. Eastern, with the rest of the documents. So it would be great to have you here too. Come join us. Okay, so I'm gonna end it like I always do, you guys. Yeah, there's a couple creepy ones out there, Malcolm, that think that he is still innocent. It's not here. As far as I'm concerned, there should have been no deal, and he should be sitting on death row. Okay, you guys, I'll be here. Me too. Me too. Me too, John. Okay, you guys, gonna wrap it up. You guys can get back to doing what you were doing. I will see you tomorrow. Um, and like I always do, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Always be aware of your surroundings. Watch who you trust. I love you guys to the moon and back. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.